Welcome. I'm Samantha Diliberti, founder of the social impact hub Orange You Going, and this is Progress Through Purpose. Progress Through Purpose helps you discover issues you're passionate about, like the environment, social equality, affordable housing, and more, and makes it easy for you to affect change while connecting with like-minded New Yorkers in person. Learn from experts working on the vital issues impacting the largest city in the U.S., and hear the solutions they propose. Then meet us in person. Join the OG Squad, a community of changemakers who meet to affect change together. Build new friendships, expand your network, and advance your career through civic engagement, all while uplifting our city. Learn more about the movement at orangeyougoing.com. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Samantha Diliberti, founder of the social impact hub, orangeyougoing.com. This is episode 1, where I'd like to talk about what you can expect from this podcast, as well as the mission of the larger Orange You Going platform. The most important takeaway is that this is not just a podcast, it's a movement. The mission of Orange You Going as an organization is to uplift people and communities through civic engagement. We believe that making positive social impact a consistent part of your life can solve a lot of the issues that we're facing today. We have multiple epidemics happening in the US all at once. We have record reports of loneliness, increasing suicide rates and mental health issues, people reporting smaller support circles and less friendships, a decline in the number of local civic and community groups, as well as a decline in in-person participation in those groups, low voter turnout, and low volunteerism in local elections. And on top of all of these epidemics, which have been brewing for years, we have a global pandemic, which has exacerbated all of them. There's a book called Bowling Alone by researcher Robert Putnam. In it, he proves through decades of research and data what we have all been feeling for years, that our civic and community clubs are dying and that less of us are participating in them than ever before. It used to be that people were members of multiple groups that met in person every month, every week, and that could be a bowling league or a parent-teacher association, a Rotary Club or a political group. And today, you still may be a member of a group, but there's a high likelihood that it's a national organization that is headquartered in DC, not a local group that you associate with faces and names and neighbors. More and more of us are virtual group members. So we make a monthly donation or follow a social media page or get a newsletter, but none of that offers in-person engagement. There's something called social capital, which Putnam defines as the interconnectedness of our society. Having strong social capital, he says, means that we have stronger communities because people trust one another more, and therefore we help one another more. We also participate in our civic and political processes and help shape our communities more when we have that trust. There's economic benefits too. People with higher social capital, aka strong networks, are shown to have higher rates of employment and pay. So, what can civic engagement do for you? We think a lot. It can help you feel more fulfilled. Our jobs pay our bills, but they don't always offer us fulfillment. Think about, what do you truly, deeply care about, and how will you leave this planet a better place? Maybe you care about the environment, or education, or criminal justice. Civic engagement can help connect you to your passions and help you feel more fulfilled. Civic engagement can also help you feel more connected and less lonely. Showing up in person to meetings and conferences, galas, volunteer events, and so much more, it helps you feel connected to something bigger. There are like-minded people out there who are looking for the same things that you're looking for, and civic engagement can help you meet those people and build those friendships. Civic engagement can also improve your mental health. Some research shows that loneliness is worse for your overall health than smoking cigarettes. We are social beings who need support systems. Not only that, but civic engagement can increase your self-confidence. You will have the opportunity to do things that challenge you in ways that are different than what you experience in your day job. You can work with a group to affect change in your community, and seeing that you helped make that happen is so rewarding and fulfilling. It proves to you that your actions matter, and it increases your self-confidence. Civic engagement also helps you fulfill your altruistic gene, as some call it. Humans are programmed to want to help other people. Ignoring it leads to dissatisfaction and, at worst, sadness and depression. So help yourself feel happier by helping others. Civic engagement can also help you professionally. As the saying goes, it's all about who you know. People like to hire people who either they know or someone in their network knows, because there's a trust factor there. There's a ton of research on this topic, but suffice it to say that when you're ready for your next professional opportunity, or if you're looking to make a career change, civic engagement can help you know the people who can help get you there. These are just a few of the many ways that civic engagement can improve your life. And don't forget all of the external benefits, like helping your neighbors and building stronger communities, uplifting people, and changing people's lives. Overall, leaving our city better than we found it. So, how does Orange You Going and this podcast, Progress Through Purpose, help you change your life through civic engagement? Let's get into it. First, orangeyougoing.com is an online platform that makes it easy for busy New Yorkers like you to connect with the organizations that are affecting change. It is a tool, it's not a social media platform. The goal is to meet in person. On orangeyougoing.com, you will find change-making events from all different social impact organizations across the city, all on one platform. So I used to work in government where I was responsible for knowing what civic events were happening in my area every week. And in order to do this, I had to create a separate email account and sign up for hundreds of newsletters from hundreds of different organizations, sift through all of that, and find the events. And I thought to myself, the average New Yorker would never have time for this. No wonder people are so overwhelmed and disengaged. So I created orangeyougoing.com. It's like Eventbrite, but for social impact events in New York City only. Next, we have this podcast, Progress Through Purpose. The mission of this podcast is to introduce you to the issues that are impacting our city, as well as the organizations that are dedicated to affecting systemic change. Maybe you don't know what you're passionate about, or maybe there's an issue out there that you don't even know exists, but you hear this podcast and it opens a new door for you. Together, we will discover what your purpose is for this world. And there are likely many. You may want to help the environment and homeless New Yorkers. Orange You Going makes it easy for you to figure that out through this podcast. Finally, we have in person action. This is my favorite part of the platform, the OG Squad. The OG Squad is a group of New Yorkers committed to getting involved for at least 1 hour every month through the Hour New York Challenge. Hour as in 1 hour. See what I did there? Hour New York. I first launched the Hour New York Challenge in partnership with former Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. But what's different about the challenge today is that you don't have to do it alone. You complete it with the OG Squad. So let me explain where this came from. I once got a call from a friend who was at a networking event and didn't know anyone. And she told me she was too uncomfortable and nervous to walk up to strangers and introduce herself. So she stepped to the side and called me so that she would look like she was taking an important phone call. And I thought to myself, if my friend, who is charismatic, life of the party type of person, a successful professional, is feeling this nervous and uncomfortable and intimidated, then we all feel this way. The OG Squad makes sure that you always have a friendly face in the room to talk to. On orangeyougoing.com, you can find events that the OG Squad is attending and spot us by looking for our Orange You Going logo pins. We also host volunteer events where we partner with a New York nonprofit and get together. What's great about this model is that you can build relationships with people in the OG Squad while attending completely different events hosted by completely different groups. And of course, if you ever find an event or a group particularly exciting, you can join that organization independently and make even more connections that way. I encourage you to visit orangeyougoing.com to sign up for the OG Squad newsletter, discover change-making events, or post an event if you're hosting one. It's free to post, and explore all of the other perks of the website. At Orange You Going, we believe that civic engagement can change your life. It can help you feel more fulfilled, purposeful, confident, and happy. It can expand your friendships and support your professional development. And of course, it can uplift your city and your neighborhood and the world. Now, for the skeptics out there who think, oh, I'm just one person, what difference can I make? For the people who need some data and some numbers, I offer you this. If just 1/4 of New York City's registered voters volunteered for 1 hour a month, we would cumulatively commit 1,883 years to civic engagement in just 1 year. How? Because 1/4 of New York City's registered voters is about 1.4 million people. If 1.4 million people dedicated 1 hour each month to civic engagement, that is 12 hours per year. So 1.4 million times 12 hours equals 16.8 million hours. However, there's only about 8,000 hours in a year. So 16.8 million hours of civic engagement divided by the number of hours in a year equals 1,883 years. That is mind blowing. Imagine how much we could accomplish if we all pitched in just a little bit. So I leave you with this. You have skills and talents and perspectives and life experience that this world needs in order to progress in a better direction. We need you to get involved, even if just for 1 hour a month, because it does make an impact and we can change things for the better. I am so excited to meet you and get started. And so, your call to action for today is to visit Orange You Going and sign up for the OG Squad. And of course, check out the following podcast episodes. Let's affect change together.